Okay, you can hear me, right? Okay.
Yes, Guruji.
Now I'll share the screen
Namaste, sir.
again. Namaste. Okay, just okay. Now you can see the slides, and you will see me now here. Okay, are we good? You can see me? Am I looking okay? Okay. Okay, namaste everyone. Thank you for joining me in this beautiful webinar, which is uh, Sadhana to Seva. And this webinar is very important because we will be understanding not only the sadhana part, but also this transformation, how it turn into seva. Later, you will understand these words. Sometimes, especially those for whom Sanskrit language is not familiar, maybe sometimes the words you may not understand. I will try to explain it with examples so we all can understand same thing. So again, thank you so much for joining, giving your time, and I'm very happy that so many uh, students join. Many of you are following us in social media. Many of you are already part of some course because many things are going on in the background. Some may be joining breath detox, some may be certain pranayam, some any, or maybe sometimes learning from videos, regular videos through school. We post the writing post or some. So thank you so much, or maybe YouTube. So again, you all are already part of Yoga Vidya. And I'm very happy that you are giving this opportunity for the school to share, to help more and more. This webinar is part of that. Sometimes webinars we do not because we just want to share something. Sometimes webinar is good way to connect because sometimes it's not easy to connect how you will meet teachers. It's very difficult because teachers sometimes they're very busy. They have their own stuff to do. So these types of webinar time to time when we organize, it means it's a way of connecting, of course, connecting and sharing, and to know, to discuss the practice and the what's going on in the school, how we can improve our own practice. It's all about that. So this webinar, Sadhana to Seva, is also one part to connect and to share what Yoga Vidya School is, how it's moving, what we are serving, and how you all can stay connected with us through learnings, teachings, or any kind of offerings that school provides time to time. So that's also the purpose. Let's begin with that intention that today, whatever we will understand, we try to apply because just by listening, transformation doesn't come. It's all about doing also because yoga is experimental and experiential process. So you listen, you do. Sometimes it may not work. Sometimes it will give you a certain transformation. Just a minute. Okay. So thank you, Julia. Julia will be here, coordinator in Yoga Vidya School, helping us to organize the things. So she will be a little bit here, maybe helping. Some of you are already asking questions. So as long as Julie is here, will help us. And later, I will provide the slides here to show you so you get the idea. And at the end of the webinar, we'll have a time to questions and answer. Till that, just sit nicely and listen to me and let's understand these process. Later, you will have opportunity to ask questions. So I will address all of your questions. So don't worry about that. Okay. Not right now. Right now, just let's learn first what we are trying to explain. Okay. Let me come to my slides. Slide is clear, right, everyone? Mhm. Okay. Just a minute, because I need to adjust again. Just give me a minute because my slides I cannot find. Okay. Now it's clear, everyone? Yes, we back? You can see the slide. Okay, sadhana to seva. When practice deepens, the service arises. So this sadhana to seva is having a two part. Okay, this webinar is having two part. Here is a first part. See how this webinar will be unfolded. So there will be two side of it. One is sadhana, we'll be talking about. One is service, we'll be talking about. Sadhana part is basically about your practice. I will be giving you some of the examples of my own practice, which will help you also in your own sadhana, so that you understand what and where you are and what you need to add. Because sometimes, of course, everyone do their own practice, their own way. But actually, first of all, what is sadhana? That's the main question. Before that, we need to understand what is not sadhana. And then, once the sadhana part is clear, once you understand sadhana, then it will be easy to understand service. Because, see, many times we receive the questions, okay, what is a requirement of to become, let's say, a yoga teacher or in spiritual path mentor, or how to guide someone, because I feel I have that urge to share, because I think that I have knowledge or I have received some powers. I want to share how to do that. So, to understand that service part, you need to understand first the sadhana part, because sometimes it feels that you have some power, means you are good at something, but it's not complete. It's not complete that you are ready to share. Not everyone who has wealth is able to share this, because wealth is everyone is having, but not everyone. Fear, sometimes some people are having fear to share. Some people are feeling demotivated, not having enough confidence. Many barriers are there. To understand the barrier also very important, because the important is not that you are having something. Important is that are you capable to go through this process or not. Because you can have anyway, because everyone can have do little effort and you can get something. You need to be focused based on your previous karma. Maybe the efforts can be more. Some people do less efforts, some people do more efforts on a specific way. But that's not a question that I'm having my sadhana and then it means I'm ready. It's not like that. There are certain qualities in sadhana, your own sadhana, that you should have. Now, to understand what is sadhana, because that's a Sanskrit word, sadhana. Maybe the Indians having, or those who have a little understanding of Sanskrit, maybe they know what is sadhana. But what exactly I'm talking about, let's understand the sadhana part first. Sadhyam praptum upayah sadhana. This is a Sanskrit explanation. Sanskrit, sometimes I give many examples or many sutras from Sanskrit sometimes during the class or videos, because sometimes in English and also in Hindi, we don't have enough statements, enough words to explain. So sometimes in Sanskrit, when we give a sutra meaning through examples, it becomes clear. When it comes to sadhana, we think sadhana means a practice. That's what many people they think today. It means a practice, means which I do every day. But it's not. Practice and sadhana, they both are different thing. So that is the first thing that everyone needs to be very clear here. What you do on mat every day or on in temple every day, maybe it's your practice, but it is not yet sadhana. Clear? Everyone understand this? Yeah, you are with me? Yeah. So there will be interaction. So time to time, just raise a thumb if you are there, and you can just click the emoji there, the thumb. It will be good interaction. So I'll be making sure that you all are here with me, because sometimes because of internet, maybe the voice is late or something like this. So sadhana and practice both are different. Practice means repetition, repeating an activity to develop a skill. That's your practice. You're repeating something. Today also, for example, Ashtang Vinyasa. How many of you are familiar with Ashtang Vinyasa series, the asana series? Raise thumb. The series of asana. Or let's say Hatha Yoga, sun salutation. That's easier, right? Sun salutation. So there's a series in sun salutation. You have a postures one after other, and this is how you go. So when you repeat that series regularly every day, that is maybe your practice, because you do every day to develop a certain skill. Maybe you want to become a flexible, maybe you want to have that good strength, maybe you want to, flexibility you want. So that is your practice. Every day you wake up, you set the alarm, 1 hour I will do on something on a mat. That is your practice. But is this a sadhana? No. Sadhana is a deeper word. So sadhana, it can be a part of sadhana, but not a sadhana. So your practice can be a part of sadhana. You do pranayam, it can be a part of your sadhana, but it is not a sadhana, right? Sadhana is a little bit bigger than that. You practice asana to improve the posture. Maybe you practice a little bit pranayam to regulate the breathing, meditation to calm the mind. That's your practice regularly. Sadhana is a larger process, bigger than your regular. And then what is sadhana? So it goes with realization. So basically, sadhana holds a certain quality. What quality? For example, if your sadhana doesn't have a vairagya, so it goes under the practice. So that's why my next add on to the slide is I have given a certain qualities to sadhana, that this is what you should have if you call today that I'm doing every day my sadhana. So you should have these things in sadhana. See, I wrote here in the middle part, swadhyay. There are first of all, there are three things: tapas, swadhyay, and samarpan. These are the three qualities that your sadhana should hold. Today, we think that, okay, we measure our time. Okay, today I practiced 1 hour, or today I practiced whole series, or today I practiced back bend also, forward bend also. So we are measuring our efforts, that how much we did today. And based on that, we call it as a sadhana. It can be a practice for a certain goal. Maybe you want good flexibility on the back. You can't do this. Maybe now you want, but that is limited goal. But right now, it doesn't it doesn't go to the right track where the sadhana moves. And any transformation required a sadhana quality. Any service required sadhana quality. Sometimes people want to serve, people want to help others. We have that feeling, but it's not coming, it's not happening. Either we are not able to reach a large number of people where we have to go or help, but we have lots of knowledge with us, lots of information I'm holding, but somehow some barriers are there which is stopping. Why? Because your practice could not turn right now into sadhana. That's why it's not happening. Otherwise, the service should go effortless. The quality of service means which happens through you. For example, meditation. That's the difference between meditation and concentration. What we call meditation is which happens effortlessly, right? That's called meditation. And before that, whatever you do, effort, it comes under concentration. So effort you do, that comes under your practice. But when it becomes effortless, when you don't need to think of the time, when you don't need to think, oh, I have to wake up in the morning tomorrow, for my sadhana, that statement is wrong. For my practice, it's okay. But for my sadhana, it should go effortless. And that effortless process becomes a service. Is it clear, everyone? So that's why there should be a certain quality that you need to add everyone. If you are in a yogic path or in a spiritual path, sometimes today people chant mala, the mantra yoga. These days, jap sadhana, jap yoga, or mantra yoga, or um, this kind of lay yoga became very popular in our time. Everyone is chanting a certain mantras, chakra mantra, or certain god, and we chant regularly, right? But we chant by having in our mind, oh, today I will do that many malas, a repetition of that many numbers of malas I will do. Or sometimes our goal is after finishing, sometimes we think, oh, today I did that much. That gives us pride. So all these things are coming becoming a barrier in our sadhana, doesn't turn our practice into sadhana. Today, even 1 hour practice on the mat, how many times we are very much, understanding the whole process rather than thinking of, oh, today my effort should take me to touch my head to the knee. For example, let's say you do every day sun salutation, and every day sun salutation you do forward bending. So, how many times you do efforts to touch the head to the legs or any other pose? How many times you try to go beyond the previous day? Sometimes the efforts you check, oh, yesterday I was doing that much and today I want to do more. So, all these things comes under the practice. It doesn't mean that you are doing sadhana right now. Sadhana comes with, see, the last one, samarpan. So, now let's understand one by one. The first is tapas. Tapas means what? Usually, when you translate this word, Sanskrit word tap, the word came from fire. Tap means when you burn yourself, basically. But burning is not that sitting on fire. Burning is not that you push every day yourself. If you are every day practicing, pushing yourself, this doesn't come also under tapas. Tapas required few qualities. Sometimes this word is misunderstood in spiritual path because it has a two meaning. For example, hatha yoga. Hatha yoga has a two meaning. One hatha yoga which is from the Indian side, like which is very gross meaning of hat, means push, effort. This word is very easy in India. We use a lot. We use sometimes for kids. Parents sometimes use this word hut. Oh, how much hutty he is. Those who are from India, they know this word, right? Familiar to us. Sometimes in childhood also we heard about this. How much hutty my kid is. Hut means how much, strong or holding, like having that determination this guy has. This is one meaning of hut. Means how much effort, how much strong inner confidence you're having, hut, or how much you're pushing in something. This is called hut, the quality of holding something in you, called hut. But another hut which we use in yoga, it is not only about pushing ourselves, it is not only about determination, it's about knowing the process of balancing something. That's why in yoga we teach hut there is different. When it's a statement, when it's a goal, the hatha yoga is a different meaning. It holds a different meaning. When it the process, it holds a different meaning. So when it's a philosophy, when you want to know the goal, what is the goal of this hatha yoga? Then we explain the goal is to balance, to calm, to become equanimous, not doing effort there. But when it comes to a process to reach there, then we teach them no, 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 not equanimous. You have to push yourself there. Is it clear? Everyone understand that? Right? So when it comes to a bigger goal, there it's effortless. The meaning of hatha yoga is effortless. But when it comes to process, means when you're trying, then it becomes effortful process. For example, same another way, pranayam. This is one of the explanation of pranayam. Ayam means the expansion. But how this expansion happens through a technique called kumbhak, means the holding the breath, right? This is a very easy explanation. When we talk about pranayam, the first thing comes in the mind is kumbhak, the retention, breath retention. So many people they think that more I retain the breath or hold my breath in me, it means my prana is expanding. That's what we think. Or more I do Nadi Shodhan and hold my breath longer, it means my prana is expanding. I am expanding. My energy is going bigger. My aura is expanding. But that's the opposite. Why? Because in Kumbhak, then you need to understand the another side of Kumbhak, the retention. Means if you're holding the breath longer than your capacity, effort is going more than your current state, it takes the energy from you rather than giving the energy back. Is it clear, everyone? So now your effort, what you do is taking your all energy which you already have. So instead of expending the prana, you are releasing your own prana, which you already have. That's why sometimes we teach people before holding the breath, you first learn how to regulate the breathing through other techniques. Do regular, longer inhalation, longer exhalation, and many other techniques. So, kumbhak is not only pranayam. The quality of kumbhak depends on quality of kumbhak, quality of retention. So, same thing, hat. Same thing, practice and sadhana. Same thing, tapas. Tapas doesn't mean only burning, means every day you come on mat, make a discipline. What Maharshi Patanjali says, yoganushasanam, means the yoga begin with a discipline. But this discipline doesn't mean that you push yourself every day. Tapas doesn't mean that you push yourself every day. Tapas has to be this one, which I wrote after that. See, in Sanskrit, it's a dridabhumi, but in English, it means with a strong foundation. And this strong foundation has three things. You can write now. I didn't write here, but you can, if you want, you can write. The first tapas quality is it has to be it has to be beyond the kala. Kal means the time. When you don't think that you have to practice 1 hour, when you don't think that your today yoga practice went beyond 1 hour, when you don't put the alarm, when it goes beyond kala, kal means the time. That is the first quality of tapas. But when you see, oh, today only I have 15 minutes, I will do this way. And then you push yourself faster, faster to complete everything. This is not a sadhana. It means you are forcing yourself to do something which your inner will doesn't want to do. Just because you want to keep yourself on a mat. So it feeds the ego. Oh, I didn't miss today. Sometimes it happens many times. You practice, but not every day you are very much spiritual. Some days you practice because you have to do that. Sometimes, actually, some teachers they practice because they think, and because I face so many people, sometimes some teachers they do every day, but they do why, behind that intention is not to transform or not to know yourself. Behind that, there's a something inside calling. that actually if you don't practice, how you can teach? This statement is going on. This is also doesn't take you to the tapas. If you are doing practice because you think that because you don't do practice and then you're not eligible to teach, there's also impurities in your sadhana. All these things. See, sadhana is very, it's a very deep thing. You need to be very careful in spiritual path. That's why it says spiritual path is you need a guidance. You need a guru. Today our guru are the books or the videos which we post regularly in social media. Sometimes a social platform videos are why? Just to motivate, inspire. But you need to have someone presence there with you to make you understand that if you practice every day because you think that you are uh, just a minute. Can you hear me? Is it clear? Yeah, just a minute. Okay. Okay. Julie wants to say something. Just let me. Okay. Just a minute, please. Julie, can you raise your hands? Because cannot find you. Okay. Try.
Hello,
Yeah, please.
can you hear? Okay, so some questions are coming in the chat, and some of them are answering each other, and they are not giving the proper information. So just give me time, I will answer every question there. So don't answer each other, okay? I will give the proper information that everybody's asking, okay?
Yeah, please. Let's focus now with me because that's very important subject that we are discussing. It will help you in your own practice. Thank you, Julie. That's it?
Yeah,
Okay.
because some confusion is there, so I just want to clarify that I will give all the information.
Okay. I think clear? Okay. So yeah. So tapas is basically when you go beyond kala. Okay. So you don't. Yeah, that's what I was giving example. Sometimes some teachers they practice because they have to teach, and their guru said, "See, you can't teach because you didn't practice today." And sometimes this fear is inside. So actually, your sadhana comes from the fear, not with effortless. So if that fear is there, and then you practice, or if there's a you want to prove yourself that oh you are a good teacher because you practice every day. This is also going on actually in the market. Sometimes many people practice because somewhere we hear this that oh every day you have to practice, if not this it means you're not ready for teaching. So this fear cannot burn the impurities. This fear, the practice which comes from the fear cannot become tapas, cannot become sadhana, should not. So there should be a three things. The first is beyond kala, beyond the time, which I said. The second is of course the regularity is a one part of it. When we say the practice should be regular, that's the second thing under drid bhumi. Okay, this the first we are talking about, the first one tapas, which means it has to be drid bhumi, the strong foundation. It has the three qualities. The first is beyond kala. You got it? Everyone understand, right? The first part. The second part is when it comes to regular. Regular doesn't mean that you have to choose 1 hour every day. Don't bind yourself beyond with a time. Sometimes you need to do one thing. That's what one of my teachers used to say, that when you come on a mat, don't think that you have to practice 1 hour. Don't think that you have to practice half hour. Don't put the time. Just follow the presence. Follow the current state of mind. Means you need to follow your presence, not the time. Now the question is, many people, they don't even know how to follow the presence. That's why sometimes they put the alarm that, oh, I'll wake up in the morning, I'll do only 1 hour practice. How to follow the presence? To follow the presence, you need to have few things with you to follow the presence. What few things? The second part, which I wrote here, see? The Swadhyay. You need to develop the ability to read the self and the changes in you every day which happens. We see the changes at physical level, and mostly during the practice where we do. For example, if someone is doing everyday practice of asana, let's say, I'm using the asana word because it's easy to understand, physical. So let's say you're practicing asana every day, you know about your physical body. How much flexible are you? How much strong are you? This you know. But in this flexibility, how much impurities we burn, are you able to see that or not? That's the question. Not the physical flexibility limitation. How much impurities, the mental impurities, the impressions, or the behavior, how much it's changing during the day. That is also important. That is called vairagya. That's why no any sadhana goes without vairagya. Vairagya means detachment, but it has a 4 layers, 4 steps of 4 points of vairagya. I will only talk about one thing, just which is important for us. There's a one word in Vairagya, one types of Vairagya, which is called Vyatirek. You can later, maybe if you want to read about that, it's called Vyatirek. Means when you talk to yourself, when you start doing conversation with yourself. In yogic system, it is called Parichay Avastha. Parichaya means when you start knowing yourself a little bit, not the physical body, knowing your existence and your barriers. For example, physically, challenges will remain. You are there. But during that challenge, how you are reacting, responding, how you are expressing yourself, your real behavior, the current behavior, this, if you are able to see with your practice, that means your vairagya is there in your sadhana, and that makes your practice, that turns your practice into sadhana. But if you are following just a routine regularly, oh, today I need to do that many forward bending, tomorrow I need to do that many back bending, after this asana I need to do this asana because I feel to balance the physical body, and there's no change, there's no inner conversation, there's no pause, there's no present moment. It means your practice is lacking what that is called vairagya, which is a part of, should be the part of the practice. When the practice efforts which you do add vairagya in it, that becomes a sadhana. Today we are lacking this. Most of the practitioners lack these things. They do regular routine because somewhere we see the series is there, follow this, and that's it. I feel better because I've stretched today a little bit. Tomorrow also I will stretch, I will feel better. So all these things are going on today with us. That's why our practice is not moving to a sadhana. That's why our, because it's not a sadhana, it doesn't, there's no inner fire, there's no inner shakti which leads us to moving to the seva. That's why sadhana requires vairagya regular basis. Even in pranayam, vairagya should be there also. Parichay, know yourself. It's not about how much breath you hold it. During the holding, the state of mind you were holding, how much time, what changes happened, how much impurities you burn today. That is something that everyone in their own practice every day needs to add. Is it clear? Am I clear? Really? Everyone? Yes. Not how many times you did sun salutation today, 108 times. Today we count that. Today I did 108 times. Then we remember, oh, my breath was so calm today. Yesterday was not. This is outer, of course, this is also one way to check, but we forget these things. It doesn't, we don't carry it. But the thing is that sadhana means today you did 1 hour, You start knowing yourself in this 1 hour, how much stability mind had. Okay, physically you were flexible, but during this flexibility, how much time chitta, the mind, fluctuated, which types of emotions you carried, which types of uh, kind of impressions you had, or which types of emotion spiked during the practice. All this inner conversation, when it goes, it comes under vairagya quality. And that vairagya becomes your tapas, because that is called agni, the fire which burns your impurities and lead you to self-realization, which is the ultimate goal of sadhana, which becomes a seva. Because without realizing, seva is impossible, service is impossible, teaching is impossible. Teaching requires realization. Today we go with a part of certificates. How much certificates I hold, it means I'm eligible. But energetically, it doesn't work that way. Either you will stuck somewhere, or something will stop you, or your own self will stop you one day, because it has to flow through you. So your sadhana should carry that service effortlessly. That's why the last part is called samarpan. Samarpan means the surrender. This is also third quality of sadhana. During the practice, let's say you practice every day. Okay, every day you wake up in the morning, open the mat, put certain video, or you, if you remember certain series, you start doing it. Before you start, let's say before you begin your practice, how many times you develop the feeling that you got that opportunity, or how much time you have this feeling of surrendering yourself to that moment, that you got that moment to be there at that time. Very rare people have this feeling. We don't generate that feeling. For us, it's mechanical. Open the mat, stand on the front of the mat, start with Tadasana, breathe few times, and move now. Run now on this treadmill. That's what today we are moving mostly. But it's not like that. There's a one scripture on yoga. There are many scriptures on yoga. There's a one very old text called Vasishta. Yog Vasishta. This scripture is the time of Rama, before Krishna, before Gita, before Patanjali Yoga Sutra. So Vasishta Yoga explains about the quality of practice in yoga, in spirituality. The first quality of every practitioner is to surrender. Either any surrender, either to your guru through whom you learn certain techniques. If you don't have any, or you don't trust any, but you trust the process, so you surrender the process without judging the process or without fighting with it. So when you develop that quality of surrendering yourself fully before you begin the practice, any practice, that practice goes faster, give you faster result than the effort you do during the practice. Today we think how much time, how much strongly I will push myself in Paschimottanasana, let's say one example. It means I'll become flexible. Even the body doesn't work this way. Body has just resistance because there's a natural protection. You push in one pose, your body will push you back. Have you ever sometimes feel that when you push next day you feel either overstretched? It means the body is stopping you. Be here. That's why the process of exhalation came into asana practice. You know why people why only you have to push yourself in exhalation? Why you have to exhale when you go forward? Hmm? Everyone is practicing yoga asana, right? Have you ever thought about that? Why with exhalation you have to go to the pose? Why not with inhalation? This is also one very good question. Why I don't, this question sometimes comes in a class. Many times we ask, okay, why only with exhalation we need to deepen the practice? Let's say if you do back bend, like a, let's say, even the chakrasan, the wheel pose, intense back bend. You inhale. No, usually in a class, how you do? You inhale and you lift yourself up. If you go from down to up, right? If you do chakrasan, the wheel pose, you go lying position, you inhale and then go up. That's a recently. But the old chakrasan was standing chakrasan. Chakrasan pose was not made from down. It's not a supine pose. It's a standing pose, basically. But because standing is difficult, so we are doing supine. You understand what I'm saying, everyone? Because from standing, if I ask you now, bend back, go backward bending, not possible. Why? Because flexibility is required and leg strength. Chakrasan requires a leg strength. So there are so many things that in asana we can understand what, but because it's not possible, so now we have to do some different way. So we lie down. So we go opposite. We go from down to up. So now we go against the gravity. So we use inhalation to go up. But when you are there, exhalation is a tool to deepen. So every time you push yourself, you push with exhale. You don't push with inhale. Understand again, imagine, visualize is what I'm saying. So let's say you lie down on a mat. Teachers tells, okay, let's do wheel pose. So teacher will tell you first instruction will be inhale, lift up. That's the first. But now he will say you hold here. And now if someone asks how to deepen, I think I can go further. I can push myself, let's say. Let's use this word. I can push myself. Then how you will push, how you go deeper. Now you don't do inhalation to go more bending. Now you use exhalation to deepen, then bending. So always, every time when you deepen yourself in certain pose, there's an exhalation. Why? Because exhalation is connected with a certain state of your mind. Exhalation means let go. You leave your identity. You develop a certain quality in you. You are surrendering yourself to the process. And with that, then automatically you becomes effortless. And when the body accept that state, it start losing yourself. That's why if you do forward bending, Paschimottanasana, let's say one example, you are there in the pose, think someday. You just be there, don't push. Tomorrow, maybe you can try, or those who are in the morning right now listening to me, practice after this webinar. Do Paschimottanasana or any pose, doesn't matter. Be there, feel first the stiffness, how far you can go. Know yourself that this is your limitation, and then be there and focus only on exhalation, only on deepening your exhalation, longing your exhalation, making your exhalation longer, effortless, not trying to exhale. Go with exhale effortlessly. You will notice that after just few seconds, minimum 30 seconds, that's why Hatha Yoga says minimum 30 seconds you should hold the pose. In Hatha Yoga, there's a statement. Few teachers, not in the books, but teachers, ancient, like a lineage, every teacher used to say minimum 30 seconds you should hold. Why? Because this 30 seconds will decide how to switch from effortful state to effortless state. Why? Because this 30 seconds you need to focus on exhalation. Yes, you switch something inside. The feeling of from the fight going against the flow, you develop the quality of being surrender, and then the body responds well. This is how the process goes. That becomes a sadhana. But today, what happens in our practice, if you see every day, we push. There's no quality of surrender. Every pose you need to develop the quality of being surrender. Then it becomes mechanical practice turns into a spiritual sadhana. Is it clear, everyone? So it today even the pranayama, you know, today because sometimes I teach, I see everyone. Let's say if we do kapal bhati, you know what comes in first in the mind in kapal bhati. I'll give you this another example just to give you clarity. When we talk about Kapalabhati, forceful exhalation. Recently, I made a video on it that Kapalabhati is not a fire breath, because our goal is fire breath. We linked fire with Kapalabhati pranayam, so automatically mind started thinking, oh, fire. It means to generate the fire. That's see how the chain comes. Now I'll tell you how. with one statement, your whole process becomes wrong. Now, see what I'm going to say, everyone. We think Kapal Bhati is a breath of fire because that is how we linked it. Breath of fire. Oh, breath of fire. It means I need to generate the fire. So, to generate the fire, what I should do? So, first thing comes in the mind, more you move, body becomes warm because blood circulation goes faster. So, it means now you need to do rapid breathing. So, because your statement was breath of fire, the goal was to generate the fire. Now you push yourself to hit your stomach every time, constantly, rapidly, even faster. And then you feel the heat, of course, because physically you're moving, you're doing something faster, breath goes faster. And now you think, oh, the purpose is done. Now it's good. The practice I'm doing correct. But it's opposite of what you are doing actually. According to the exact yogic science, this technique is how. Now see, breath of, it's not first of all breath of fire. Kapal Bhati means not to generate the fire which is already in you, to channelize this fire in a certain way. That's the that's the goal. Fire is there because it's the same digestive fire. You're digesting the food, right? You are eating food actually every day. But because your goal is not to activate that fire, it's there. There's another practice to activate actually. Deep breathing activates the fire. Kapalbhati is a purification. Through this, that's why it comes under purification. Have you sometime saw certain videos? Some teachers tells you Kapalbhati is a purification, not a pranayam. Sometimes teachers will tell it comes under the Shatkriya, the cleansing process. So it is a purification, not the pranayama. Why it's called purification? Purification means what? Purification means already there is a something. Some element is already present there, just to use this element to purify. Let's say you want to clean the floor, right? You want to clean something. You already have a water first. Then only you can think of cleaning. Imagine you don't have water and thinking of cleaning through water. How is possible? Not possible. So when we say purification technique, it means you already have something through which you purify that. That's why Kapalbhati comes under purification, not to generate the fire, but to use that fire which you already have in a certain way. That's why it's not called breath of fire. Is it clear, everyone? You got it? So understanding the process, the techniques is very important in a yogic system. Today is everything is messed around it because new books, lack of new books, only practice. Not everyone is becoming sadhak. Not everyone practice is turning into sadhana. Most of our teaching comes from the books. Today, we have lots of access. We read a book, we do something there, and then we have a certain basic things change in us, and we think that, oh, I can share the same thing. Basically, we are becoming a medium. It means basically books are teaching through us. It's like this today. Most of the teachings today, if you see through the books, someone is reading something, making a content, and then moving forward. This is what is happening. It's not coming into experience. That's why it's very important to have a certain master with you to make you realize that your sadhana is not going in the right direction. It is not transforming you. Some days it is just transforming the ego, just making it stronger and stronger. You think you are good, it is happening like this. We think we are good. Sometimes in the past many years, it happened with me also. I was also thinking the same way because I was doing it the way everyone do today. But it is very important to understand that it's not like that. So you have to understand that something, the samarpan means the let go, to give yourself to the present moment and the process. It's very important. This is the third quality of your sadhana. Clear this slide, everyone? So every pose you do from tomorrow, or every breathing you will do from tomorrow, generate that feeling that you are there. You are there to give yourself, not to fight that today, Kapalbhati, I will do 100 rounds. We think that more I do, more purification I will have. No. Actually, it's opposite. Less you do, more it works. Why? Because Kapalbhati takes the energy. What I said, it takes the practice. If effort goes, let's say you have to do that much effort. If you do this, it takes the energy from you. That's why many people, even after practicing yoga every day, they are having a same state of mind during the day. Maybe some shift is there. Of course, some change will be there, but the life is not changing bigger way. Again, the same emotions. Again, we are fighting with our own people. Again, we are not able to come out from the sorrow. Same thing, the loop is happening. And sometimes, actually, today, because I'm in Bali right now, so Bali is famous for new inventions in yoga. Many things goes here, and I see this since I came. So I also was shocked first time actually that what is happening here. That's also actually one of the reason that we are building yoga vidya here also. So anytime in the future, if you have chance to visit Bali, yoga vidya you will find. So at least something you will have to call traditional yoga school here. So many mentions. So here, what I see, that many teachers, because of course you meet every day, you go out and you meet so many people, many yoga teachers here. You see them. What's happening? Majority of people I found, I'm talking teaching, they're having many big issues in their own life. Some people are having problems with their own family. Some people are having problems with their own health, own partner, many things. And life is not going very well, their own life. But the teaching is, they're trying to make teaching very well. It's opposite because the sadhana is not transforming the self much. And we are trying to transform other. That's what is happening today. Because it became more profession rather than becoming a process. That's what something is lacking. Why? Because we took the techniques. We don't really invest enough me, enough I there with the process to transform me. That's why we just hold one technique and we just want to throw this ball to other whom we want to teach the same way. Maybe some modification to make it more kind of, looking good. Maybe changing the names, doing the same thing. So these things, so what sadhana, what this practice is doing, basically this practice is raising our own ego. So that is something which stops us to do a later a service. That doesn't give us that freedom. Sadhana should give you freedom, not to bind you. You should be free. You should be feeling to serve. So these all three qualities which I share with you, you should bring into your daily routine, what you daily practice. That practice needs to convert into sadhana. So first is, just to conclude this, tapas. Tapas has three things. The first is beyond the time. Don't think that you have to pray 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour. No, don't come on a mat by thinking, okay, today 1 hour. Wake up, come on the mat, just go with the flow. You will stop on your own actually. Don't worry about that. That's time you need to remove. Second is regular, of course. Do every day, show up every day. Some days the mind will not allow. That time, yatna, effort, your push means hot your quality is needed. Some days your mind will say, don't wake up. Oh, today the weather is not very well, very cold. Let's go under the blanket. There you need the fire actually. There you need a little bit the himsa. Sometimes we do ahimsa, non-violence. Here you do a little violence on your thoughts, tamasic thoughts. Actually, in yoga, we also don't understand the ahimsa, the first quality of Ashtanga yoga, the violence, non-violence. Sometimes we say practice non-violence, but non-violence is not only about hurting physically. Actually, your own thought also hurt. For example, in a spiritual path, what is called violence. For example, you wake up in the morning, eyes are open, and your tamas, your negative state, your tamasic state, stop you now, saying, oh, let's go tomorrow, let's go tomorrow. So this is called the violence with your own mind. So this also needs to be removed. But we think violence means if I'm hurting through my speech someone, or I'm vegetarian, becoming a vegan. We think this way actually, that if we are a vegan, not hurting animals, I'm following ahimsa. No, but inside you, you're stopping yourself in sadhana, which can transform you. That is also comes under himsa. So that comes under violence, also needs to be removed. That's why there, hut, push to kill that violence, which is stopping you in your path, in your spiritual path, in your transformative path. That needs to be removed. That is called ahimsa. So this ahimsa, the quality every sadhak, a practitioner, should cultivate every day. So see, whenever you wake up in the morning, some days your mind will say no, and if this no is to take you or to distract you from your practice, it means kill this. This is ahimsa. Kill this, it becomes ahimsa. If you wake up, it means you already took a step of ahimsa. You practiced already ahimsa, the non-violence. Is it clear, everyone? This is very deep because sometimes you don't remember actually these thoughts. Sometimes we take a bigger picture. Sometimes we think that if we are able to hold my headstand for 10 minutes, we think that, oh, because just doing headstand every day, I built this strength that I could hold 10 minutes. No, sometimes a little changes. You are doing everyday arm strengthening in a cobra pose, arm strengthening. You strengthen your arms through cobra pose. Then only you are able to hold the headstand. But we think that, oh, just by doing headstand every day, it works. It's not like that. So same thing happens here. So these three qualities. Then swadhyay, read yourself every day, every asana, see the state, what changes, what shift happened in you. This is the quality of sadhana that everyone should have. It's not about how much flexibility, how much I hit my head to my knee. Sometimes people, I was teaching once the class, and some new students came. I was teaching Janu Srishasana, and I saw one guy from the distance and back, and he is doing in Janu Srishasana like this, moving. I, and I said, what is doing there? Then I went to him. What are you doing? He said, I'm trying to touch my head to my knee. I said, but who told you this? He said, no one told me. I saw the picture that some in the picture it shows, no, that head to the knee. So he's trying to touch the head to the knee. So every day. So this is not the sadhana we need. Sadhana, what I said, be there in a pause, use the exhalation, and see the shift. Samarpan quality. That is the part of sadhana. If you don't have a samarpan quality, the surrender to pose, to the technique of any breathing or the meditation, even the meditation also goes with samarpan. You let go. If you hold, doesn't work like that. So all these three things needs to be added in your sadhana. And apart from that, every day, this I talks many times. I will repeat, and those for the if it is new for you, see. Sometimes we miss this part. Just a minute. See. Can you see the slide? This one, everyone. If see, you practice every day in the morning. What about the during the day? Sadhana means, which is not, like I said, which is not limited to time. Sadhana means the day, whole day. You sleep, this is also your sadhana. Sometimes we think, oh, I practice every morning 1 hour, evening time, I'm all the time in a phone before sleep. This is not the way it has to be. You need to live a yogic life. That becomes a sadhana. Sadhana means it has to be till then. Your nidra should become yoga nidra. You should not do yoga nidra separately to do your nidra, to strengthen your sleep. Actually, it should become a yoga nidra. Today, yoga nidra became, why famous? Because our own sleep, nidra, is not very strong. So we need additional way of, we need to learn how to sleep actually. Imagine what is happening here. We need to learn how to sleep, right? Of course, okay, let's say in pranayam, it's a bigger than breathing. It's energy work. We can understand. But the sleep. So in Yoga Nidra, you are learning how to sleep. So there is a certain instruction teaching you how to sleep. Why? Because our sleep is not sleep. So because it's not happening, we think of yoga as practice a certain way of doing the things, certain hour. That's it. It's a life. That's why we say yoga is a way of living. Way of living is not that just live 1 hour or 2 hour in the morning. Way of living means the way we talk, the way we express ourselves, the way we handle the situation during the day. This should come in the part in on the during the day. That's called sadhana basically. Not now it's not limited to the mat. Now it went beyond it. That's why many teachers every time say the yoga, real yoga starts after mat. This yoga starts after mat, when you start observing. And that comes from where? That comes when you develop the quality on the mat, when you are conscious. When you're conscious that you are in the spiritual path. During that time, develop all the qualities I shared with you in the previous slide. You will see during the day, automatically the shifts start happening. And then these things will automatically disappear. The barriers are there. These are the barriers I wrote here because time to time you need to be aware of them, because sometimes we are in a good flow, but because of circumstances, because of some inner challenges and changes, purification, our process disrupted, our sadhana got disturbed. So these are a few things like physical sickness sometimes stop your practice. Avoid that, means make sure that you are not having some discomfort physically. Eat well, sleep well, you know, don't eat too much, don't eat too less. These are the very deep subjects in hatha yoga actually. Yogis explain. So it's like maybe another day we take this part also. The mental dullness, make yourself surrounded by good community. Sometimes people are doing good things, practice is going on, but the surrounding is not very strong. Sometimes it happens like this. I recently came across with one woman said, Prashant, I feel I'm very spiritual, but and I want to do everyday practice, but the thing is that when I wake up in the morning and I see my partner sleeping, I feel not to practice because I feel to, that lazy. Oh, why? Let's sleep. Let's this. So these things also happening actually today's time. We 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 are not able to, our most of the energy, our energy is influenced by the other presence. That also should be avoided. You should surround yourself either with the people, those who can give you that kind of energy and that mindset. If you don't have surrounding, then move yourself into that flow. For example, sometimes not the people, but the environment you live. Spend time mostly those environment where you feel motivated, because sadhana needs motivation. If motivation is not there, that's why time to time keep watching me on social media. Because that's also important. Sometimes when you see someone, you get that power automatically. Oh yeah, I want to do this. It happens many times. So sometimes actually I tell people, if you don't see that something is motivating you, your surrounding, open some of my videos. Something will come that you have to do, because this is very important. This, until you are not strong enough in you, this will go. You will go on and off. That's why this word on and off. We used to sometimes ask question during courses. How many people practice? How many years have you been practicing? Sometimes people say, oh, I've been practicing 15 years, on and off. This on and off is this. It's never on. Either it should be off completely, then it's good. At least you should start from the beginning now. The pot is empty. We can fill with a new thing. This on and off is very problematic. Because that makes demotivate. That makes you demotivated. Sometimes you practice, you are flexible. Other day you don't practice 3 days, and the next day you practice. Oh my God, you're stiff again. That demotivate. Oh, practice is not working. Teacher is not good, or technique is not good. See, all these things comes. So don't do on and off. Either you completely off, don't do, or do on, without thinking of 1 hour. Like I said earlier, just come, be in the present. If it is a half hour, 5 minutes, start. This 5 minutes presence, like I said, remove the cover of time, because this time is disturbing you. That's why many people, they don't even do it, because they think, oh, sometimes people wake up late, they have only half hour, but the mindset is saying, oh, you have to practice actually, 1 hour. And then they don't even do anything, because in the mind, oh, I only half hour, what to do? So there's all the practice is not with intention. The practice is just a mechanic. Oh, just let's sit down, let's see the mobile, let's watch something, let's think something, let's write something. Everything is going on, but not the right thing. This is called, this one, mental dullness, doubt. Make sure that you are having good knowledge so that you don't have a doubt, the right knowledge actually. Carelessness, laziness, these are all the barriers that every time you must see in you. Which one is dominant today? You know, sometimes, some days, laziness is dominant. These are the barrier. These are stopping you. Speed in your sadhana. You are in very good speed. The car is going 120. Suddenly the barrier comes. So you have to slow down. So these are these barriers. Slow down the speed of your sadhana. So what yoga says, what Maharishi Patanjali says, every practitioner every day needs to see all these things which I wrote here in English. Inability to remain stabilized in the last one, an attained stage. For example, you became flexible. It used to happen with me also many times. Let's say we did which pose? We did shoulder stand. Shoulder stand you did for 1 month. You could hold this pose for 10 minutes. And then something happened. You couldn't, after 2 3 months, you are again starting, and again you are not able to hold this pose. So, this quality, which in means you need to check every day, are you able to hold the same state? You're not going less than that, either you're holding or going beyond that state. This every practitioner should every day check that how much I'm keeping my current state, how much I'm holding this state. You shouldn't go back. So this is also very important, followed by other things which I already wrote here. See, the last one here, disturbed breathing is also comes under the barrier. That's why breath plays very important role in yoga. Whether you do asana, pranayam, meditation, breath is everywhere. Yoga nidra, also breath training. Even the simple exercise in yoga, breath training is there. So these are the qualities that everyone needs to build in the sadhana. And every time you need to see all these barriers to remove. Clear, everyone? Is it clear? Right? Yes. So keep checking. Now, to make a sadhana strong, what is required is, just a minute. Just a minute. You can see the slide, right? Raise a thumb, everyone. Yeah, just a minute. Yeah. So just remember these things. What you need to do, just remember these things, okay? Tapas, Swadhyay, and Samarpan. Swadhyay comes with Vairagya, Tapas comes with the three qualities I share with you. Drid Bhumi, Drid means strong foundation, and Samarpan is the main quality which everyone needs to do. So these things, what I am bringing, many times you were saying that time to time, why don't we do a certain short courses, short retreat? So focusing on that sadhana, focusing on strengthening that sadhana. I am coming to India again in Mysore to bring that sadhana part, which is the essence of yoga, where we are strengthening that sadhana part, bringing and talking deeply in this the qualities of a practitioner, how to cultivate, how to bring that qualities. So in Mysore, we have that retreat which is coming up, and I'll be there. And many of you already joined. But those who are there nearby, willing to join that sadhana part, we have that retreat coming in September 15 to 20. Mysore is a very beautiful city, actually. It's a place of the birthplace of Ashtanga Vinyasa, not Ashtanga Yoga. Okay, sometimes people have this confusion also. Ashtanga Yoga, both are different. Ashtang Vinyasa. But in Mysore, there are many practitioners, many teachers, and the one who gave Ashtang Vinyasa also. Have you heard the name Ashtang Vinyasa? How many of you? Yes. You know the who is a guru? He was a master of prana, actually. nadis. He used to be a person who could heal the people by just checking by nadis and giving us certain practices. Today, we know Ashtanga Vinyasa because of the place Mysore, but we know the technique, the series, and we know that okay, it is given by uh, Shri K. Patabi Joyce. The name is famous, but his guru was the one who is behind the whole system of the series when it was practiced at that time. It used to be a practice with a proper concentration as a sadhana. It used to be practiced as a sadhana, effortless. I was in Mysore. I'm keep regularly going Mysore, so I have chance to meet old practitioners. Today, when you see Ashtanga Vinyasa, what comes in the mind? Oh, you need to jump. Oh, you need to have a nice float. Oh, you need to have good flexibility. Oh, you need to have that many asanas. Before that mindset, because we took it as a physical workout now, it became more kind of gymnastic and competition. Okay, someone who can do nice back bend, scorpion, good practitioner. The time of before K. Pattabi Joyce, his guru, Krishnamacharya, who is a father of modern yoga. This I teach in Yoga Teachers Training Program in History of Yoga. When I'm talking about the main yogis, the name called Krishnamacharya, T. Krishnamacharya. How many of you heard the name? Raise a hand. Yeah. Those who didn't hear, the name is called T. Krishnamacharya. What a beautiful name. Name from Krishna, who is a Yogeshwar. So T. Krishnamacharya, that time how the practice used to be, Krishnamacharya? The practice used to be not the series, not by seeing the whole chart, by seeing the effort, whole process. I had a chance to talk with the old people because I was going a lot there. So it used to be practiced like this. Now you will do first day. This is how they used to practice. First day, you will practice the whole series with your own pace under the teacher guidance. Then during you do, you will notice and you will note down your effort, how much effort you required. Today you did, your mind said you to go, to push, how much you did. Next day, you don't do any effort in any pose. You just follow the flow. You just follow the flow and you just follow the presence basically. If your body doesn't allow you to do trikonasana, triangle pose, all the way down to grab the ankle, you don't go there. You don't try to go there. You just bend trikonasana same like you do curving trikonasana, like a Triyak Tadasana. One is called trikonasana when your spine has to be straight. This is also side bending. One is called a simple curve bending, which is called Tadasana, Tiriyak Tadasana. Both are side bending, but one is with a curve, one is with a straight. So they used to say to do Trikonasana with a curve because there you do not much effort. So slowly, slowly, you just accept that flow. And with the time, automatically, when the body leave you, because you don't push now, you develop that quality of being there. You develop the quality of being surrender completely. So you become flexible faster. Today is opposite. Today we push ourselves. And people are asking after 3 months of practice, I'm not becoming flexible. This practice is not working with me. You're not becoming flexible. You know why? That's why sometimes this statement came. The Sri Patavijo is and the whole system and everyone used to say at that time, body is not stiff, mind is a stiff. That's the statement came later. Why? Because mind think that I need to push. There's a stiffness, and with the push, the stiffness will go away. Body doesn't need that push sometime actually. Sometimes some asana you don't need push. But why? Because you see a one moment. You see the first moment. You see, okay, this pose is very hard for you. And because you see one moment, the Arambha Avastha, it's called the beginning. When you enter, there are 6 steps. But when you enter the first step, you see, oh, it's difficult. It's holding me. I'm not able to do. The mind is there, and mind start feeling challenges. Oh, It means I want to do that, So this, instead of developing the feeling of, okay, today I will enjoy that moment, something comes inside, something whisper inside, says, why I'm like this? Why I cannot touch? The question arises, why I cannot touch? And then that force pushes our action and push us to push more into the pose. And then it repeats the same. So that's why sometimes body is not stiff, you can do, but the mind is stiff. Mind calls, push more. So again, come back to the same, that effortless your sadhana should be. So this retreat is about that, knowing the system. Of course, we'll be doing few things there. I'm there with every participants 5 days. We are following the essence of yoga. Oh, this is the place. The place is in the center near the Patabi Joy's place. I go to Mataji, actually, the daughter of K. Patabijois. I used to go to her regularly. Go this our place is where we are holding this retreat. It's just next to the place called Anokhi, and it's a place called Gokulam. Gokul is a very beautiful name, actually. Gokul is a name where Krishna used to live in olden time. So Gokulam is a place, and the what we are doing, what is the theme of this retreat, which we are doing it, Ashtanga path, not just Ashtanga Vinyasa, the series where you push the whole Ashtanga path, including this. What sadhana we are doing? The main, this is just introduction, because sometimes many students were asking, those who are already participating with me, that what we are going to do there. We are going to do this samyam, prana samyam, which is my research part also. This is what we are going to learn. This prana samyam is also a quality which help your intellect to realize the difference between push and effort, how much to effort, when effort becomes pressure. So this is about that prana samyam, knowing your own prana, knowing your own qualities. This we do sometimes in pranic purification. We will be doing here as an introduction, as a practice. Ashtang Vinyasa will be our practice, effortless. The series we will be practicing darshan. Talks, yoga talks, understanding the essence of yoga, the scriptures, like I gave you the example. We think the scripture is only one, Yoga Sutra, or Hatha Pradipika, if someone is a beginner, or Bhagavad Gita. There are many scriptures. Teachings of yoga goes all together. That's why we spend time with one teacher years and years, because teachings comes with the time slowly. So we'll be learning the yoga darshan, not only yoga sutra, understanding the proper essence. It's like a living sadhana, basically. The whole retreat, last time we had this retreat, beautiful retreat, living in a place and doing this sadhana deeply with me. Most of the time I'm there, knowing self through the questions. Sometimes people ask, I want to ask questions about my personal practice, how to meet, how to do. Because of that, we organize such kind of short retreat, which is easy to join, and because not much time, and also there's a good interaction, more questions, more understanding. And also, Mysore is a beautiful place because it is a heritage. It is known for temple. There are few temples of Shakti, which we all talk about now, Kundalini. Chamunda is one of the quality of Durga. Chamunda, the Shakti, which we know as a Kundalini Yoga. In Kundalini practice, we talk about Shakti, right? Shakti awakening. This temple is actually refer to that energy, Shakti, the awakened Shakti, Chamundi. Munda means the head, the one who carrying the head. It's a beautiful story behind that. So we'll be visiting powerful temple, practicing there. Ramakrishna Ashram is a one place actually. Ramakrishna is a great yogi. This also I teach in history of yoga and teachers training courses. Ramakrishna, a great yogi who gave us Swami Vivekananda, through whom the yoga came to the West. Ramakrishna, his yogic teachings, his sadhana. He is a perfect example of sadhana actually. Ramakrishna, one yogi. He also was a realized being, but not enlightened fully. So he was also in the practice. His practice was holding me. He used to practice, you know what? He used to practice a concentration on Devi. He used to see and concentrate on goddess Kali, aggressive form of Durga, Shakti, aggressive form. So, have you seen the picture of Kali? Some of you, right? Yeah, Kali means, sometimes the aggressive form of the Devi, the Shakti. So he was a devotee. So his concentration, his meditation technique was based on that. So that used to be a practice, like I said, repetitions of something towards a certain goal. So goal was I am different and goddess Kali is different. And I am a pure devotee of that goddess. That's the practice when the separations are there. So until that, realization was there. It was known, popular, a great yogi. In full enlightenment, moksha was not there. That happened when the practice turned into a sadhana. When his goal, the Kali, merged with him completely in the process of meditation, that became that completed him. After that, it became very popular. So this he has a one ashram. Actually, their community has one ashram there. So it's near that place. So we visit sometimes. Actually, whenever I visit the Mysore, I go there. But they have meditation hall and beautiful energy and powerful place. And there's a one heritage temple, beautiful temple. So these are the few things actually we'll be exploring, not only practicing but knowing the living, the power of the place, also the yogic place. And this is information that I just want to share quickly. The five, because sometimes this question also comes, that 5 nights I will be spending there. Meal, of course, vegetarian. And these are the few which is organized by Anokhi, who is hosting this retreat, helping us in their place. They are helping us to airport pickup. They have the massage and the temple visit with us, and also for the local movement, the scooter. So those who know the scooter can just take from them completely free and then move around anytime we have a time. So this is just a little information. Is it clear, everyone? The slide. So anyone who wants to become a part of the sadhana, please come. Sadhana is important, and regularly it's very important to stay connected with the present moment with master. It helps. How to, if you are interested, how to enroll? The website is there. All the information in detail, whatever I share, it's there completely. You know the Yoga Vidya School website. So just go, or you can just take a screenshot or write down. This is there. Or if any question apart from what I explained, the mail is also there to help. The team is there. Flory is there, and these are the fees that for the retreat, all the arrangement that school is providing for that. This is the price that anyone who is willing to join. But still, any question it comes, you have there. Okay, clean, everyone? Yes. Okay, now come to the second part, which is important, seva part. Sadhana became strong, for example, all the quality. Now the seva also needs to be understood. Sometimes we misunderstand this part. Very deep subject. Sometimes people have this question. Oh, you are teaching yoga or spirituality. Every scholar, every yoga teacher, every practitioner wants to become a teacher, or every guru face the same question, that if you're teaching spirituality, why you need to put a certain desire in it, means to get something or the price, basically. We need to understand the seva, the service has a two part. Okay, now, very good subject, and this is what I was listening many times from many master monks, because I studied in Kailash ashram. It's in Rishikesh, beautiful ashram before Shivananda. Many gurus used to, more monks. So I had a chance to study there few years. So they used to explain the seva, the service. What is the meaning of service and how it needs to understand? Service has a two part. One is called, here I wrote, Niskam. One is called Sakam. Sometimes people have misunderstanding about this. Service is not, even if it is a spiritual service, it also has a two part. Okay. Niskam, kama means the desire. Okay. This one, you see that? Can you see this? I'm pointing here. Kama means the desire. Niskam, without desire, also comes under service, seva. This is one thing. And another comes sakam. Sa means with. Sa means with. So, just a minute. So, niskam means without desire. Sakam means with desire. Two are the different things and very important actually. And for both, everyone is doing this. Everyone has to do this. Why? Now understand what I'm going to explain now. See, the question is not what can I earn from what I know. That the deeper question is how can what I know become useful to someone else. That's should be the driven power. That should be the power that should push you towards the seva. We should not think that I have something. Sometimes those who have a fear, those who think that seva means, let's say, spiritual thing. Let's say someone is teaching about God or about some well-being or something like that. If I think that I have to share something because I like to share, but the person who is sharing needs also a amount of power to share millions. So here I wrote here the first impurity is I should whenever we share, or any yoga teacher or wants to become a teacher or wants to become a mentor, wants to become a spiritual leader, we should not think that what can I earn from what I know. In anything actually, this comes not only in spiritual path, it should come from your, in which with what you live, your work basically. If you have a certain work, you should not think that what can I earn from what I know. The question you should ask first, how can what I know become useful for someone else? That's the main statement. And behind that, then you need to make a plan. What plan? This, for example, let's say, I'll give you my example. You know, when we, when I stabilize Yoga Vidya School, that's the story of Yoga Vidya School. So, this part, Sakam, of course, came later. It has to come later. With a desire, should come later. Your service should pushed by this, and both should go together parallel later. When I stabilized Yoga Vidya, I started with this Niskam. So, in Rishikesh, I'm from there. So, I came from Bihar School of Yoga, spent there 1 year. Came from Bihar School of Yoga. I had a strong vairagya, detachment, powerful, because that's what the place gives you actually. So, I almost was taking a diksha to become a monk, but I didn't do because the parents and many other responsibilities and study also at that time. So it was good actually. Otherwise, big problem, because the fruit was not ready to become a monk. Otherwise, many times people become monk in early time and then run away. Many times it happens. So I came out and then strong vairagya. So because of that vairagya, I started sharing, because I started liking, oh, that's good, I want to share. So when someone used to ask, oh, what is the fees of this? So I started teaching free. At that time, I was not thinking that I know and how can I earn. I was thinking at that time actually, because strong vairagya, strong devotion, strong surrender to the Guru, to Swami Satyanand Saraswati, Swami Shivanand Saraswati Gurus. I want to share their knowledge. And my background was such, came from Brahmin family, all the teachings, the spiritual and mantras. So they gave little power. So I just want to give. That was the main. So I started doing free. So local. And that time my discipline was strong. I was teaching 4 o'clock to, I started teaching to local people, local kids, 4 o'clock in the morning, because I used to wake up early morning to practice of myself. That was a training before. So I started teaching 2 hours for locals and early morning. I was checking the discipline. So those who want to come free, come early morning. So I was teaching this. At that time, we started. I started building the sequence, the courses. So breath detox course, I built that time because in Bihar School of Yoga, we learn a lot of energy practices because they are doing many things with the tantra, with the energy, and many things about the prana. So I was very interested in that. So I created a course, Breath Detox. And then I started sharing this. I shoot the video at that time, very old videos. Also, I was learning the language, how to communicate. But I was thinking, okay, I don't care the communication, little language is okay. Just because that time the inner desire only to share, how to share this technique. So I created a course and faster in 2 months, 1 or 2 months, this course went very popular. Many people started doing this course because, of course, free. And many videos at that time I was giving in this course. This course is about the Panchavayu, basically, the five Vayus. In our pranic purification, actually, we start with that, like doing the work with the Vayu, with the certain movements, certain activities. So you release you harmonize the Vayu, the five different types of prana, actually, Pancha prana. And then more than 10,000 people so far already joined this course. So that was our service niskam. See, why I'm explaining you this, that what we do now in Yoga Vidya, it started here, what we did before. And why I'm saying this, those who are willing to serve, having this desire to become a teacher, to wants to teach, you should start with that. Is it clear? You understand? Because that boost, that purifies you, that gives you power. What I started doing more, social media. Did you see our platform? In my personal page and in Yoga Vidya, in YouTube, and many, many, many things. All the time we are just giving it, basically, actually. It's not started just now, it started before also. So this is what we were doing, how much we were giving. Recently, I used to write a lot, but I was not writing in a blog. Recently, I started putting in the blogs. What I cannot write in social media because limited things, I started sharing a lot of things through, because sometimes that much accumulation comes in the mind. I cannot even sometimes sleep. It happened with me actually. Recently, it's happening a lot because lots of information, lots of realization because practice is going and teaching because I'm doing research now. So lots of information comes, lots of transformation comes. Doesn't There's a small head, so I write. So now I started putting, so you can also in Yoga Vidya platform, please go and read the blogs, lots of interesting, especially those who are in a teaching, and of course the practicing, you must go. We are writing a lot of things there about the practices and the depth, so you can even get many things even from there, like this webinar, the free webinar we started doing, not only now, before also. So Seva teaching in different places, we used to do a workshop free. So all this niskam, see, it started before we stabilized Yoga Vidya School. So see, benefit of other without making personal reward purpose of my action. So this is how the intention should be. If you think yourself that you want to help others, and you wants to earn with the helping other, that statement somewhere is stopping everyone in this path. So basically, if you have intention to help, start doing now, even with a small thing. I'm not saying that you have to build something big course for that. Start sharing what you experienced, not what you know from the books. Because what I said before, Seva, sadhana is important. Sadhana gives you realization. Today is opposite. People read the book and then with the same statement is there in the next video. Should not be like this. It's a cheating. Yoga power will not leave us. All the gurus will come now, become a ghost and will come to us at night. What you are doing? My teaching. So it should be a little bit different. So start doing niskam. So that will give you power, inner motivation, basically. Why? Because when we push ourselves to help others 70, 60 to 70%, you feel released. You feel released that your presence is helping. Today, we receive so many messages in all platform. Sometimes I have time to time, so I see the messages in YouTube, in our Instagram Yoga Vidya School, in our website. Sometimes people connect through mail, write us how they are, and in a in feedbacks of breath detox and all other courses, that how much they are transforming, how they it had. So it gives motivation. That is also energy which is received by the other person. So this energy is required for you to grow actually. Then you can do something. So niskam is the first thing. Clear, everyone? Slide is clear. Then see the second part. Don't only consume yoga. Don't only teach yoga. Create something through yoga that serve people. That's how actually the yoga vidya started. So we put the breath detox in yoga vidya, and then we started doing many things through the school, because to reach people there should be some proper organization to help. And that's how the yoga vidya school team came. The teachers came, because alone not possible. The teachers came, and that's how we have a teacher from the same organization from where I am. I started meeting them. Even our Swami is from the direct disciple from Swami Satyananda Saraswati. So the whole team is built like this, because intention was very clear that this is what I need, these people I need. So automatically it started coming. Never went actually to search. I never posted actually anywhere and in Yoga Vidya that we need a teacher. Actually, it came. Why? Because somehow it happened. And still, many times, many teachers approach Yoga Vidya school to serve with us. And mostly when I see, they are somehow inspired by Bihar School of Yoga somehow, or Swami Rama, one of the tradition. It's very interesting. When your intention is clear, the Niskam process is going. Even before this webinar, I was not preparing for the webinar, I was writing the blog, which is the next one, thinking of that I need to post in coming days, something like that. So when you have that kind of mindset, automatically the seva, which I'm going to explain now, the sakam, it flows. You don't have to think about this. So now few things. See, this niskam seva, which is without desire, basically what it does, it makes you free from the personal expectation. This is actually all these sutras I took reference from Bhagavad Gita. Krishna is explaining this, so just for your reference. So you can also read, it's in a chapter, some of the chapter you need to find out, the sutras are from there. So one who acts without attachment attain the highest, not highest in a wealth, highest in freedom, basically. And then once there's a freedom, energy flows. I was, because my subject is energy, the prana, what I study in many Upanishads, scriptures, that more you are free from inside, any energy flows, every manifestation happens. Today, whenever I think of making some new course, new ideas comes with all the experiences that I have, automatically it flows. Recently I was talking with a few times back, Julie also, that oh, some idea came in the mind that I want to create one course, because this question came many times in a class. People who used to ask, and no one knows why the asana came from animals. What is inside the animals that we are trying to achieve through asana? You know, the crocodile pose, tree pose, all the things, camel pose. Most of the asana of hatha yoga is animals. Recently you see other names of asanas, which recently, but ancient yoga poses, animals poses, crocodile, manduk asana, which is frog pose, snake pose, all these things. Why it's cow pose, why it's like this. So because I was studying a lot of these things, and so I was talking with Julie, I have this idea, I want to make a course that dedicatedly only this. Why? So we are, so I'm trying to work on it. So why the asana came from animal? What you are trying to achieve through this asana, which animal has and you don't have. So you are trying to achieve, because you are doing dog pose, but no one knows why we are doing dog pose in the name of dog pose, but doing dog pose, right? This is also very, we do dog pose because our teachers taught us. Why? Because I want to stretch the spine. But why you need to stretch the spine? Why it's a dog pose? What is in the dog which you want to get and how much? Because sometimes it's opposite. You do something repeatedly a lot, you get the same quality. So don't do that much that we become a dog. So how much to do? So this course is about that why the asana, the purpose, why the name, behind this name, what are the qualities in that animal that through only this movement you get that. Like cow pose, okay, let's say hands are behind, but why hands are behind? What it represent, what it gives you. So basically about that, the camel and this. So this is how, see, it flows. And why, when I went deeper, why such ideas comes? You know what comes in the mind all the time? Why this idea comes? The idea comes because all the time, whenever I think of making a certain course, the first comes in the mind, how can I decode this so that it can help people to get that clarity that why I'm doing this. We are doing okay if everyone is doing. Today everywhere is a mess around tantra, about around kundalini. Now started I started talking about this also. The tantra, kundalini, everywhere is a mess. Because we read one book, we don't read other references. Let's say sometimes someone is reading the philosophy, yoga philosophy from Bhagavad Gita from one community. They have a certain mindset. They took Krishna as a god, their main god. So their explanation will be around that bhakti. So their yoga explanation is bhakti yoga explanation. But the same statement, same book is written by someone who is Advaita will have a different approach of explanation. So because we read one thing from one book and we think, okay, this is Tantra, this is Pranayam, this is Kundalini. That's why yogic system is big. That's why we have a courses. That's why we introduce in a teacher's training courses. Why it's important? Because in such kind of courses, you get the idea that you get the references basically. Because such course we tell, okay, today in this course we teach you this part, but the reference is this. So please start searching for these references. So when you do nishkam, free from personal, all these things comes, okay, the karma, it becomes your service. This is called karma yoga, niskam. So you are already in the karma yoga when you have this approach of helping and sharing what we were doing before yoga vidya, and now with the yoga vidya we could do much better because the organization help is there. Many people are helping me also. Many people are helping me in adding the videos and preparing the arrangement of the and the website, all these things. So of course it becomes much better. So now see sakam seva. So niskam you already understood. Now sakam with the desire. Desire, we don't say, we say sankalpa. The first of all, in spiritual statement, we don't use the word desire. What we use sankalpa. You know, I don't know if you practice yoga nidra. How many of you practice yoga nidra in your life? Yoga nidra. If not, practice yoga nidra. Okay. So in yoga nidra, there's a one statement. One teacher will tell you to lie down, close your eyes, and let's begin the yoga nidra. He will tell you first, put one sankalpa in your mind before you start. Why? Because this sankalpa is a seed, basically. Because this seed is the one which will give you fruit. Means now this sankalpa means a certain statement. You are now going to dig deeper in your subconscious mind after cleaning through the yoga nidra process. It's the same like you have a seed you bought from the market. You clean the soil, we nicely do some mixture, means add on some good things in it, and then put a seed in a potential soil. Yoga nidra techniques, counting, thinking, and the process of watching the thumb, these all are what the gardener does in the soil when he mix. This is the process. And your sankalpa is that seed that you're going to put when the teacher will tell you where and when. Do you understand what I'm saying, everyone? So this is how the process goes. Why? What this seed does? This seed all, because every statement is a powerful. Every statement has a potential to become true, but not every statement is becoming true. You think that you are a great yoga teacher, you are a great practitioner, but not happening. Why? Because the seed doesn't have that environment to give you that power. You know, every time. Recently, I made one video on YouTube manifestation where you must see that video. I'm explaining why the universe is not listening, because there are four types of communication. So the seed is having potential, but the soil which you have, the ground which you have, is not right for that. So the statement is very powerful. I am a good, you have strong belief. I am a good yoga teacher. I'm a good yoga practitioner. But actually, your surrounding is not that can make you and strengthen your the power. So that's why the sankalpa, we don't say desire. Sankalpa should be stronger. The seed, which seed? So now, of course, if I'm talking about seed, so of course you will bring the seed which is not fried one, right? If you want to if you want to grow a certain tree, you will bring the seed, not the fried one. You will bring the seed which has a potential. Imagine you are trying to put a seed which is which is fried. Will it give the fruit? Even the soil is good. Even the place is good. No. Same thing happens with the Sakam Seva, which I wrote here. See, Sakam Seva means when I'm talking about Sankalpa, you need to use your behind your Seva service, like whatever you do in the name of work. There should be right intention. The seed should be not fried one. When we add desire, personal desire, it means you fried that seed. Now, even the ground, all you have, but the fruit will not come. So see, desire is a teaching, not a craving. I'm writing a few statements. Not every desire is selfish. Difference between, now see, I want more so that I can enjoy more. I want to become more capable so that I can serve more. See the difference between two seed. If you if you let's say the example of yoga teacher. If you want to become a yoga teacher, you are a yoga teacher. I want more so that I can enjoy more. That's the first thing. People most of the time comes to yogic path with this statement. I want to travel the world and teach. It's a personal. It means you have a seed. Nothing is bad actually, but you fried that. Nothing is bad because anyhow you get that traveling, you know, because people will invite you, of course. Sometimes you will not have a time to even go, but that's not the statement that we should carry as a spiritual leader or anyone actually. What should be? I want to become more capable. That is a seed which has a strong power. I want to become more capable, because if I'm capable, then only I can serve. For example, every day what I think of myself, every day I think, oh, I don't want to become sick. Why? Not because I cannot, I will stop practicing. I think I'll give you a few of my statement what I think during the time. I think I don't want to become sick. Remember in the Seva part, survey, the Sadhana part, I gave you 9 barriers. The first was sickness, illness. The So I think most of the time I don't want to become sick. Why? Because if I'll become sick tomorrow, I will not be able to teach. If I become sick, how I'll serve? It's not because if I'll become sick, how I'll practice tomorrow. That's not, the service comes first rather than my personal interest. That because practice means it's a personal ego. Oh, today also I completed. Very nice. I'm very disciplined in my sadhana. This is also one impurity. But the service means how can I become capable so that I can serve more? That kind of statement service need. So if someone is willing to teach or to make any profession, any work, not only yoga, any work, we should have a certain things, or your own work, own business. That shift is very important. So knowledge transforms from I want to share it with others, I want to reach more people, so I can serve, I can help more, I need better communication. So these all things are coming after that. So once we have one thought, I want to become capable. So how you'll become capable? You'll become capable because you need. That's how actually Yoga Vidya team is here. I'm not good writing and replying mail, so we have a team for that. They're helping a lot. I'm very grateful for everyone. Organizing. So see how it's coming. So somehow indirectly, these all team member are making me capable to move forward so that I can have that power to continue doing this. Alone, very impossible. So it started by having a one statement. How can, and that's how actually I was doing before in school, in Yoga Vidya school. Before, how we used to do, I was training our own teachers. We never hired teacher in Yoga Vidya school from outside, especially for asana, pranayam, and other shatkarma, and the anatomy before. These all teacher came from Yoga Vidya. They learned, practiced with me. I was teaching, like I said you before, 4 o'clock. Most of the teacher came from there. That's how they started. And after that, not only there, many other schools in Rishikesh, I was referring them to. So that's how they came. So they were coming to practice. I was trying to help in this. They were inspired, doing more, 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 and that's how they started serving in school and making indirectly making me capable. Because alone, of course, you can't do so many things. You don't have 10. I'm not a Ravan having a 10 head. So from one head, I'm doing one webinar, other head is teaching something else. So you need many arms. So need a team. Okay? So many things require the source, all this, then it comes, see the income for that. So resources require income, then you put the tags of how you will make yourself capable to reach. That's how the organization work. Any, even in Bihar School of Yoga, they teach the courses. Their books are sold. Most definitely, you also have a books from Bihar School of Yoga. Any one book, some books from Tantra, from Yoga, they are very popular in that. So, how many books? Something needs to flow, something needs to support. That's how the support comes. Whether it comes from some teachings, some work, something, because the organization needs to take care of so many things, and that's how the but the purpose is behind is different. Purpose is not the how I can enjoy myself. Remember always there, how not enjoy myself, how I can travel myself, how I can teach so that I will be named, so people know me better. Today is like this. I want to share Instagram because people know me better. It's not like that. I want to share in Instagram so I can get more likes. It's not like that. I want to share so people write me in comments. And sometimes actually some people they don't write, but they are reading you regularly. So you should be happy with that. Everyone, those who are in teaching, sharing, should have a such intention and mindset that many people they watch you. Not everyone writes, because sometimes some people are very introverted, disciplined, they follow the path. So we shouldn't think of, because that is a barrier, thinking of someone is waiting, writing, this are something impure intention. Question is, why do I want more? If the desire is I want more money so I can consume more, prove more myself, live more comfortable, wrong statement. The desire is centered around personal gratification. Actually, any service starts with expansion to down. Now, not from here to there, from there to here. And sadhana goes from here to there. It's opposite forces. When you do your own sadhana, it goes from you to out to the world. So your teaching becomes effortless. Sadhana is effort, automatically effortless. When it comes to a service with a desire, sakam, it goes from out, intention is big, and then feeding you from out to in. Not by feeding myself, giving my own name, and then later others. You understand the two force, everyone? What I'm saying? So sadhana is from you are the center, but the service sakam and niskam also first. So niskam made you pure. The soil is pure, niskam, like I explained before, sakam with the desire, and with the desire, with sankalpa, out to in. And that's how these two forces work. Your own sadhana goes from you to out, but the sadhana which is helping from out to you, that's how it has to be. So your first statement, any course you create, any teaching you do, not, oh, because I want to teach so that people know me. People can know me. This is what it happens. That's why doing promotion is not bad, but the intention behind it, I'm doing because people want to should know me. No, people should know the techniques, the reality. That's important. So these purities are very important. Universe listen to these purities. Very important. If the intention is I want to build the capacity, resources, research necessary to take this now to more people, that's the statement. Then the desire becomes a purposeful sankalpa. See, right now it's a desire. Until it's limited to you, it's a desire. I call it as a sankalpa. We call it as a sankalpa. In yoga, sankalpa plays very important role. Maybe another day I will make a certain video on it, or write about the sankalpa, because it has also very strong power. The word is completely, it has a deep philosophy in it. So desire, remove, put sankalpa, that intention. What you can give yourself. For example, my sankalpa, I'll tell you one of the my sankalpa. My sankalpa is I look that what I understood. Of course, sankalpa come from understanding. What I understood is the teaching of yoga is mixed now. Everything is happening. In the name of pranayam, the breath work is added, so the essence is gone. In the name of Hatha Yoga or Tantra, the sexuality is added, the personal touch is added, gone. In Ashtang Yoga, Raj Yoga, all this mixture. The Sankalpa is how to bring the authentic and the traditional, the same as it is, but of course, the clear way out to the world. That's a Sankalpa. So most of my actions I try around that sankalpa. And that's how most of the courses, like I said to you, like animal, these things comes. A breath detox, pran aram, all came from there. Pranic purification, all came from yoga teachers training. We tried that way also. That's why actually the teachers, Bihar School of Yoga, because we follow the same sankalpa, because the same tradition is followed by them. How to become capable? Gyan is important. How you see that you can become capable? The knowledge is important. Gyan means the knowledge. Vidya, the knowledge is important. And that's why we have regular kind of courses to do that. That's why I teach sometimes the webinar, different webinars, sometimes different scriptures. Before we were doing lots of kind of courses online, like different webinar on Swar Yoga recently, and breath of yogis, many of you, because I see you were also in breath of yogis webinar. See, such kind of things. These are all webinars are for what? These are all webinars to bring gyan, the knowledge out, that these are the things also. In the future, there's a many things that things may become when the team will grow more. For example, webinar on other things, the yoga, in a yogic scripture, history of yoga, like, so that everyone can know that there's something beyond that. And these things we do actually in our courses, which is going to come now. So we have this, someone was asking that what Yoga Vidya School is doing. So this gyan we have in these kind of courses, teaching courses, the online courses. Sometimes in my regular online classes, I also share some few things this way. So teachers training is a place where this gyan is combined, basically. Sometimes this statement comes that whether a beginner should do teachers training course or not. Actually, beginners should do teachers training course, because then only the path is clear. Okay, there's a Patanjali yoga and there's Ashtanga Vinyasa yoga, different things. How otherwise? Because if you go to what I understood, if we go to Mysore, sometimes we think Ashtanga Vinyasa is the same as Ashtanga yoga. Many times practitioners, years of practitioner, also keep this, because this is how it is explained. It is explained this way. Why? Because the essence of Ashtanga Vinyasa remains spiritual, should not become a physical. But it's a different process. It's a Hatha Yoga. But how to understand is a Hatha Yoga. So that's what this kind of trainings are there to explain in a bigger way, because we spend time with the teacher. We spend in a group. So there's a flow of the exchange of two energies. Transformation is going on actually, the teacher and students. So such kind of training is there. So with the Yoga Vidya School, we are organizing a training in Rishikesh. We usually do it. This time is in October 3rd. Some of you already joined, some of you those who are looking for it. So we have a two right now. October is in person in Rishikesh with all the teachers. He is Swamiji. See, I put a picture here. The Swamiji is teaching. So I'm talking about this Swami. Swamiji is a disciple of Swami Satyananda Saraswati, and he lives in Rishikesh now. Followed Shivananda Yoga, teaching philosophy and meditation. Right now, philosophy. This class is about philosophy. October, we are here with the whole team, the teachers, and third, we are starting. And then we have sometimes people ask, okay, if in person is not possible, hard to fly. We have in November, we started doing online also. Same teachings, the curriculum is same, but of course, not in person, in desktop, like we are meeting, but longer time. Here, this one is 24 days. When you come in a person in Rishikesh, experience is presence, different experience. But if knowledge, both places are same. Of course, experience is also very important. So sometimes I recommend people who have done any courses come to such kind. That's why I share the retreat. Come to experience, and sometimes experience you need. And if not, if you can't, sometimes you come to online. That is in November 9th. We are starting. We have time. Curriculum is same. So Rishikesh, we have this three. Sometimes time is less, so people can join 100 hour, which is a basic. 12 days, understand the basic, and then come after another time for another 100 hour. That's also the option that sometimes Yoga Vidya School we provide. 200 hour is a basic one with a regular foundation. All subjects are many subjects are included. Like I teach history of yoga, we have a meditation, we have many techniques of pranayams and the asanas and two styles of asanas and many other techniques. Advanced teacher training in 300 hours, 28 days. That's advanced. Why we call advanced? Advanced is not those who can do advanced. Advanced is for those who had a clear basic, who know that why he is coming, because we don't see the person who can do more. Like I said, Kapalabhati is not about how many rounds we did. That's not called advanced. Advanced means you did only three Kapalabhati. In three, you got everything. You know, our teacher used to say, Nadi Shodhan Pranayam, it is written 10 rounds every day, minimum. But and Kumbhak, certain numbers are given there because mind need a certain target. But a person, when he moves from Hatha Yogi to a Raja Yogi, you need to shift. You shouldn't remain on Hatha Yogi only. You should move. Sometimes people don't understand how to move. They remain Hatha Yogi. They keep pushing every day. Even they are flexible, but they remain with the same process. No, you need to move now. That's why there are so many things. Pranayam, Kapalbhati, you can do nice. You don't need now Kapalbhati, actually, all the time. It's not a machine, same routine. You need to move. And that's why actually the trainings in person plays, because questions you can. So this kind of 300 hours is like this, individual, personal. You don't need now Kapalbhati maybe, but you don't know that. Who will tell? The teacher who sees that will tell. So there are the three steps there. And we also have this in a website, but still, just to those who are here with me, accommodation is there, drinking water, hot is there. Rishikesh at that time is good weather, well designed course, material is there, all the school things which helps in teaching. Shatkriya, cleansing kit, t-shirt, food, organic. We put here masala chai, those who are interested in that. Cultural trips. October we have a beautiful, we celebrate actually Shivaratri. Sometimes we have many ceremonies also. So these things are also there this time. So we have a cultural trips, excursion. We have a temples also in Rishikesh, Shakti Peeth basically. There's a story of Yogini. So sometimes the Rishikesh holds a beautiful, stories. Yogis are there. Sometimes we visit also the temples and the caves. So yeah, all these things, Havan, the local attraction in festival, all these things are part of course, additional part of which supports the teaching, which supports the learning, motivates and inspire. All these things are also part of this. Same way, those who are watching, who are willing, must join, because that's something that needs to be clear in the teaching and learning. Gyan, as I said, the knowledge is required. So for knowledge, these kind of trainings are very, very important. Yoga Vidya School in Rishikesh. And so right now we have, because it's October, we have still month. So we are giving the opportunity for people, those who wants to join, willing to join, and willing to get a certain discount with the price. So we have still the offer through the school that everyone can take this. So that's there, some information. And for online, we also have, for example, online, as I said, November. It's still far, but we have a 6 week. There, 200 hour was 24 days. This one is 6 weeks. Why? Because it's online, so we need more time, because time is different. It's comfortable a little bit because you have your own pace. Recordings are there for a certain time period, so you can, clear your doubts with repeating things. Also, one way. So both opportunities are there, options are there. The choice, it is individual, that how you see that need. Anytime you are there, online, offline, you must come to the this such kind of training. Enrollment is the same. We already put, you can take a screenshot or write. Same way, Yoga Vidya School mail, or same support from the school. Reservation is with 30%. Just, you can move this way. Okay. So in a 6 week, we have a live, we have recordings, and so that supports the teachings, questions and answer. Teachers are also same. So so this way we can also go online TTC. We have right now discount in this, which can be seen in a website also, and also you can ask in a chat, in a mail, and also in a WhatsApp if any question you have. So these are the few things that we have today. Sadhana to Seva. I hope the slides are clear. Everyone clear? Right? Just I'll conclude with a final statement, and then we go for with a question you can ask in a chat. I will take everyone. So, sadhana is when no kala, no time, no thinking of finishing. Sadhana is which is beyond the practice. Practice is limited to you, your physical transformation. Sadhana is day to day, watching yourself. Swadhyaya, vairagya is there in sadhana. Detachment is there in sadhana. You're not craving. You're not doing tomorrow because you did today, very good feeling. It's not like that. you know it's not like that. Today you could do headstand for 10 minutes. Tomorrow you are waiting for tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow I'll do for 2 more minutes. Not like that. It's a presence. Finding the presence is a sadhana, and when you have that in on mat, becomes during the day. Vairagya is samarpan. The quality of being surrendered, that moment is very important. That becomes a sadhana. Otherwise remain a practice, and practice never transform. It gives you certain changes, but again come back to the same. That's because mindset is same. Mindset is not changing. Sadhana. Service, two things. Nishkam, which pushes you. You have to do. You have to serve. You have to serve without desire, without watching your growth in society. Basically, growth is there. Of course, niskam, without desire, seva, you have a main growth because you purify yourself. That's called karma yoga. That's what Krishna is explaining. The whole chapter of Bhagavad Gita on Karma Yoga, which today we need, is all about Nishkam Karma. This is what he's saying. Nishkam Karma means you do karma, but your personal desire is not there. Desire is what? The other karma. But there also not your personal desire. There the desire is the well-being outside. Then as a result, you receive as a flow. For example, it happens with the kids actually, because I'm having two kids. It happens with the kids. So you are very nice with the kids. Kids give you a lot of love. Or for example, if the kid is very nice to you, you give a lot of love automatically. So it comes from the outside. So sometimes when we give a lot outside, automatically it comes. You become the same way. So of course, then nature takes care of you. That's how it works. Universe takes care of you because universe needs to protect you somehow. Universe needs to protect you. Why? Because through you, it has to share this information. Sometimes people ask when the universe protects good people, why then they die early? Because there are many examples. Many yogis actually, they left the body in a very early age. Sometimes in one lecture, someone was asking me because I was saying the same thing that if you are doing good, universe will sustain you, means hold you in this planet for a long time so you can help more. Then someone asked me with example, why then this person left early if he's doing great and he was kid. So then the other story also there other part of the story is, if because your karma is, you also carry the karma, yogis also carry the karma. Of course the hatha yogi has a power to extend, they have a power, but they don't use this power. Some use for certain reasons, some don't. Those who don't use, the universe gives them extra power in a limited period of time to get good out of it. So that's how it works. Clear? So sometimes when you have a power, help others, and that's how it works. Julie is writing. Just wait. Yes. Julie, you want to say something?
Hello.
Yes.
Okay, so about, because many questions are there in the chat. So for enrollment, we will send everybody the links. And also this special discount is okay, and it's going to be on until September 15th. So you have 1 month to join on NTTC with this discount. Okay, I want to make clear because there's a lot of questions there in the chat to how to enroll to each
I
course.
think I
So
think
we will send
your
full
internet
information by
your
email
internet is
on
weak.
Monday.
Julie, Julie, we can't hear you properly. Are you there?
Hello, can you hear?
Are you there? Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Now it's much better. Yes, please. Yeah, now it's better.
Okay, so I'm saying that this special discount is only for those that join the webinar. We will send the link to join with this price. Okay, and it's only for the online TTC. Okay, and to enroll to all the other courses, we will send all full information on Monday, also by email. Okay, because there are many questions in the chat, so I wanted to make clear.
Okay. Good. So thank you so much. And let's see the questions. Those who want to ask a question, please write in the. Alex is asking that voices we don't understand. So the Alex, the information, you hear me? So the information is that for online course we have a discount which is 15th of till 15th of September, right, Julie? Right? And for all others, information about other courses they will send on Monday through email. And discount which school is giving is only those who have attended the webinars, not for everyone. So it's only those who are in the webinar. So that's it to information. Someone is asking how yogis. Okay, you can write me a question here. Okay, so I'll just give one by one. How have yogi received diksha initiation from a guru? What is the place for Krishna name Acharya photo in your altar? Behind me, Swami Swananda is watching you all. Behind me is a picture of Swami Shivananda. Have Yogi received Diksha initiation from Guru? You're asking me? Do you follow strictly Krishna Nam tradition? Yeah, Julie, you want to say something? Please, please.
Just check your WhatsApp, please.
Okay. Just a minute. Just a minute, please. Okay, let me move forward with that. We tend to make a result. Raphael is saying we tend to make a result by action. Yeah, not as a release. Yes, surrender. Yes, that's powerful. Thank you so much. Someone is asking if we, because I said this, time should not be there. Kushi is asking if we want to practice for only five. See, you are again saying we want to practice only 5 minutes. Want came again. You don't need to want to practice. You just feel the presence. You come on a mat, don't remove want that I want 5 minutes only. Then it's the same. Then better want more, 1 hour. Why you want only 5 minutes? You come to the mat and feel the presence. Follow the presence, how long the presence stays with you. Again and again, bring that presence in your sadhana regularly. Okay. Is there any online course for Pranic Path? Pranic Path is already in the website. You can see it is always we stay in touch with the school about that. The coming program is not a Pranic Path. The coming Pranic Path is already there. The coming program is which we have the teaching course, teachers training, and retreats. So these two, three things are there. Can we move from Hatha Yoga to Raja Yoga on daily basis? Yeah, of course. Raja Yoga is more mental practice. Vairagya is more dominant there. Hatha Yoga, regular abhyas. That's why they go together actually. They should go together. Both. Hatha Yoga means your effort to see your changes is Hatha Yoga. And when you see the changes, the realization happen, it's a Raj Yoga. So they both goes together. You know, the coins has two sides. So Hatha Yoga and Raj Yoga are the same. You can't carry the coin without one removing one side, right? So same things. Just you need to understand that part. Hatha Yoga is that when you do, for example, you meditate, you try to, so that effort, whenever there's an effort, Hatha Yoga. When you become effortless during realization, it's Raj Yoga. It's a simple statement. So everyone can practice that. Okay. When is the next online course after November? So this not decided yet, as November is not suitable. Yeah. So after November, it's not every year. So November. So next year, same November. We haven't find the guru yet. We just practice at surface level. Should we teach yoga? Because this is only our career. See, as I said, teaching yoga should come from the inner service, help. You want to really, you have this feeling, intention to bring this authenticity and to transform others. But this transformation comes from where? Come from your own gyan, own realization. And that own realization comes from your own sadhana. And that own sadhana needs to become sadhana from your practice. So this is a chain. So I think better everyone to start with that chain. First, strengthen your own sadhana, and then automatically service starts. Yoga teacher has to perform all asana. No, asanas are very limited. Actually, yoga teacher, how, which actually, if you see the old all yoga teacher, the great yogis, they were not teaching asanas. They were teaching Raj Yoga. Asanas we teach. Asanas we teach because we want to teach the health. If we teach health, wellness, asanas are important. But if you want, you can practice regularly, but everyone has limitations. Not everyone is capable to do everything, asana. So if you think that asana you need every day and complete a lot, no. Don't limit yourself. Okay, just a minute. Just a minute, everyone. Okay, let me see the question. Okay. Uh, Someone is asking, can I do November course in December if it is recorded? It's not recorded course. It's a live. We never do such courses recorded. We always do live courses. That is been recorded for support and limited period of time. So in Yoga Vidya, we don't do actually these kind of trainings, which is intense and which needed interaction. Because, for example, why we don't do recorded kind of teacher training? Because the knowledge grows always, right? For example, I've been teaching from last 12 years now. So imagine 12 years I was teaching what I was teaching in Hatha Yoga and what I teach now. There's certain changes. Change in a study, change in experience, change in many things, change in age. Hair is becoming gray. So everything changes. So actually, every day is to certain transformation. That's why such kind of training. I always actually sometimes I used to say to people, those who have done training with me, they were asking how to connect. I was asking, do again the same training. Because of course, that time what we were teaching is different. Now the transformation is different. Knowledge is different, more access. Before at that time, in university, during that time we were teaching. Now I'm in research. Now I'm teaching. It's how it can be. More access. So it's all live, but please connect with the school for that question if you have. Yeah. And yeah. So when is the next online course? It's November. Okay. Someone is asking pranic path. Path that is here side. Nitha asking in a wrote in WhatsApp. Please write again in WhatsApp, okay? S. Vyasa University. Okay, please write in WhatsApp again. We'll address. Okay, cool. After completing my TTC on November 9th completion. Okay, Julie is already replying. Many already replied. I hope this webinar brought some clarity in your understanding with sadhana and seva. Next time when you do service, think of two things and start moving forward. Start sharing something which is realized and keep practicing and making your practice turn into sadhana. Clear, everyone? Right? With such kind of webinars, again and again, we'll meet with new learnings and new teachings. Thank you so much for joining me today, and stay in touch with the Yoga Vidya School, sharing offerings and learnings, more and more courses and learning experiences we are trying to build, scriptures learnings, more, especially those who are yoga teacher. We need strong teachers, practitioners. Of course, we need a practitioner. Every one should have this strong practice in them, but especially those who are looking to become a teacher, you should have a good access. You should have access of all the knowledge. You should have access of the guidance. So that's what in Yoga Vidya School, we try to provide, me and many other teachers also the same, helps, because sometimes we have those access, sometimes others don't, because of the language also, because of the study also, background also, the place also. So it's good to stay connected anyway, online, offline, through the social platforms, regular learnings, regular teaching. This interaction is very important. Sometimes in some post you can write also, it will help us that you remember us. It's not only about the joining the course, is about that regularly being in touch. So anytime you are in a phase of life that you need some support through yogic teachings, all the platform, they are open, teachings are open. Sometimes we share a lot of things in it, courses and without courses, so it's always there. So stay in touch and have a beautiful evening, morning. I'll see you again next time. And those who are joining, I'll see you soon. And take care. Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much. And those who are joining, if you have any question, please write now to the mail. And you already know everything, the website, the mail, and you can even search if you forgot Yoga Vidya School, you will find all the details. So no worries, stay in touch and we'll meet you